Okay guys, so welcome to TFT TV. You're watching Tools for Talent Live. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez. And this is our featured guest for today, DJ Renegade.
I'm in the house. How's everybody doing tonight? Good? So Cheryl had me come over here and she wanted me to come up with some tips because a lot of people are asking me like, oh, I'm a DJ and, you know, how do I get DJ bookings? What do I got to do? So, you know, I figured I'd come up with a couple things for you. I think the most important thing nowadays is to have good music that you produce and to try to get it out there on the radio, whether it's satellite radio, whether it's terrestrial radio. Radio is always going to be, you know, your best bet to get DJ bookings because if you have tracks out there like that, the promoters will pay you more money. No sound on mine, huh? It says no sound on mine.
Really?
Yeah, that's weird.
Where does it
Josh,
say?
can you hear me now or no?
Hey Jason, hey Josh. What's going on, guys? Hey David Angelo, how are you?
Take this out of the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Let's try that now. Josh, can you hear it now?
Enhancing Beauty, am I singing? Not on this episode. Today we're talking about the DJ industry and we're giving top tips.
Oh, you know what? Probably because of this.
We're providing top tips on how to
Corey's
get DJ bookings.
Hi, Corey.
Corey's here. Hey, Corey.
Sorry
Jasper,
about that. You know what? I had the
on?
phone muted. Apparently, it mutes the mic also.
Hi, everybody. So, again, for those of you who have just tuned in, this is Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and the show today is featuring a very special guest, DJ Renegade. Hello.
How's everybody doing? Most people remember me from Limelight and Atonal, but then I started a label, NYC Tracks Records, and that's what I've been focusing on. And Cheryl is actually going to have the next release on the label, so very excited about that. And Corey Jasper, who's joined in here, he's going to be doing a mix on that release as well.
So today we're going to be answering all your questions and providing tons of advice on how to succeed as a DJ, how to get started as a DJ, what to do, what not to do, how to get bookings as a DJ. So here on Tools for Talent Live, we provide all of the tools needed to succeed in the entertainment industry. And each show we focus on a different theme. So today's theme is the DJ industry specifically. I'm here with the world-renowned DJ, DJ Renegade. DJ Renegade has been DJing for so many years. He's probably he's probably been DJing longer than any other DJ I've known so far in my life. At what year did you first start DJing?
1986.
1986? Oh my God, that was like 2 years after I was born. So how old were you?
16.
Wow, 16. Now, was that like for fun or was it an actual like paid job at 16?
I actually had a motorcycle accident and my neck was weak, and if I would have woken up a certain way, I could have snapped my neck and died. So what happened was I had a Technic 1200 in the house. So I took this Jam Master Jay, like the Run DMC record, and I used to watch the Jam Master Jay videos, and I would just sit there and scratch the record, you know, like Jam Master Jay, and I used to just cut and scratch the Run DMC records, and then I was like, this is fun, you know, maybe I'll get another turntable, maybe I'll get a mixer. And also I want to say hi to Alan, who's saying hi to me real quick. But and I had all these shit jobs like IHOP and working in the movie theater.
Let's try not to curse on my show.
But I'm DJ Renegade, goddammit. I got you. For the kids out there, right? For the kids.
Well, I actually have a clip here from one of the first time you were ever DJing, and you look a lot younger than 16 over here.
No, that's my daughter.
Can you guys see this over here?
That's my daughter. It's my daughter.
Oh, I thought that was you.
That's my daughter. No.
Aww,
That's my daughter Victoria.
Wow, that's so funny. I can see the resemblance.
I don't know if they can see that on the screen though.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I'll add it later.
That's DJ Corbett.
How old were you here?
That I was about 19, 20 years old.
Oh, okay, very cool. And this one's one of my favorites. You just like look super suave in this picture.
That was when I had the first tunnel residency, so you're talking about 1997.
All right, so I'm sure a lot of people who are watching the live stream right now are from the younger generation, so maybe they haven't even heard of Tunnel. Why don't you just explain to them how big and major Tunnel is for those of you guys that, you know, are not from the 80s babies?
I actually, on my way over here today, I walked past the tunnel and I didn't even realize how big the damn place is. It's the entire city block from 27th Street to 28th Street in Manhattan, from 12th Avenue, which is the West Side Highway, to 11th Avenue. It's the entire block. And we used to get 2,000, 3,000 people in there. Vin Diesel was one of our security guards at the time. We were flying in artists, techno artists from Europe, like Future Breeze and Space Frog and all these people. And it was the biggest thing in Manhattan at the time, as was Limelight when I was at Limelight.
So what club would you compare it to right now that everybody knows that? You could say it was the blah of our time.
There is none in Manhattan.
There's nothing like it anymore?
No, there is nothing.
It can be comparable to something in Ibiza?
I haven't been there, I'm not sure, but it's comparable probably to a small festival, but inside a building.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we're talking about here.
About how many people?
A couple thousand.
And how late would it stay open till?
10 in the morning.
See, the clubs don't stay open till 10 in the morning anymore. Whatever happened to that?
Try holding your bladder from 10 o'clock at night till 10 in the morning.
You can't take bathroom breaks?
We actually had a garbage can in a DJ booth, and we were just on the side, one hand in the air, the other hand on the little guy, and that's what we did.
Oh my God. Oh, so it's a little guy now, huh?
It's not that little. We got to keep it clean for the kids, remember?
Oh my goodness. So let's see who's tuned in. Let's say hi. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Christian. Hi, Adriano. What's going on, guys? Thanks for the hearts. How's everybody doing? Who else do we have here? We have Knight and Saeed. Aaron, Michelle, Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Hannah Love. How are you? I see Rhonda. Who else do I see here?
Christian.
Hey, guys.
And Lisa.
Alley Cat, how are you? Warrior 808. What's going on, guys? So for those of you that are just tuning in, you are watching Tools for Talent Live.
Yeah, Vanessa Mitchell is on. One of my
hey
favorite
Vanessa.
vocalists.
Hey Raul. So yeah, you guys are watching Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and this is my featured guest for tonight, DJ Renegade. DJ Renegade has been in the DJ and music business his entire life. He knows everything there is to know about DJing and how to get DJ bookings. So we're providing advice for aspiring DJs out there on what they need to do, what not to do, and how to just, give it the best shot. We all know that the entertainment industry is really tough. And you have to have thick skin, and you need to be really dedicated and motivated. And so if there's anything that we can do to help, we're happy to answer all your questions. So so right now I have a couple questions for you. So I want to know, how is it that you personally got started in the DJ industry? And if you could do it again, would you have done it that same way?
Most definitely. So I looked up to Jam Master Jay, and I was into all of that, and hip-hop music. I was really into hip-hop music, and then freestyle music at the time was the biggest thing out. Artists like Sapphire and Judy Torres and TKA were all over the radio. Mm-hmm. So I used to throw parties in my basement. We would charge like $10 to come in, and I would DJ. We would serve liquor to underage kids, and I would sell mixtapes, and it was fun, and I made money. And then eventually, a friend of mine opened a club in North Bergen, and I was DJing, and I had a crush on the bartender there that we used to work there. I was like, well, what am I going to do to, hook up with this girl or whatever? So she was like telling me, well, you got to go to this club, The Limelight. I love this club, The Limelight. But I was
Wait, can we just back up? So he just said, what am I going to do to hook up with this girl? Okay, continue.
I'm a guy. So, she's like telling me about this club, The Limelight, The Limelight, The Limelight. So I'm like, all right, let's go to The Limelight, whatever. You know what I mean? So we walk into this place, and it's like the people now at the festivals, the way that they're dressed and everything. It's the same exact way, and the music was incredible, the energy, and the people dancing and everything. And I was like, this is the best thing I ever saw in my life. I'll be honest, this is crazy. You know what I mean? And then she dosed me, and I don't know. I feel like I was 8 years old, but whatever. That's another story. And
another story for another live stream.
We don't talk about MDMA on Cheryl Martinez.
This is
channel.
Tools for Talent. We're trying to help aspiring talent.
Yeah, stay away from that stuff. Anyway. So I was like, I got to become a DJ in this place. This place is insane, So I just started buying records, and I just networked with people, and I was like, this is where I want to be, and I just made it happen, Eventually you get to know people, and if you can prove you're good, someone will give you an opportunity. But you really need to know people on a personal level. You can't just send out a mixtape like, what's this guy's name? The Erotic Joker, or whatever his name is, this joke of a DJ. You have to really go out and get to meet people and know people on a personal level. You know what I mean? So I think that's important. Nowadays also producing music is very important. Having good music that people can hear that you produced is big. It's not all about the DJing anymore, What are you doing over there?
I'm trying to restart YouTube Live because
The
that
YouTube
one
Live
one crashed. Yeah. So we are streaming. We're streaming live to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 platforms simultaneously right now. We got YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, Instagram Live, and a couple others. So this is a lot of cameras to maintain right now, but we are definitely trying to say hi to everyone that's commenting and everyone that's tuning in. Thank you for watching TFT TV. We are providing all the tools for talent to succeed in the entertainment industry. Today's show is called
DJ Renegade in the house.
No, today's show is called Tips to Getting DJ Bookings. That's what we're focusing on, featuring the fabulous DJ Renegade. See, for some reason, I don't know why the YouTube one isn't working properly.
It happens.
Anyway, all right, guys. So moving on to the next stages of the show. A couple things that I wanted to talk about is the evolution of the DJ industry. It has changed so much over time, as has the music industry. Me being in the music industry and myself, I've seen it evolve over the years, and it's so different now that maybe the way you got started in the DJ industry back then isn't necessarily the right way for someone, or the best way for someone to get started in the DJ industry now. So what advice would you give for aspiring DJs who want to get started now in this current time and generation?
I mean, really, it's good to have an original style. If you can find certain records that differentiate you from somebody else, and let people know this is your sound. You're not everybody else in the world. You're not, you're you.
Yeah.
Promote that as hard as you can on social media. Get in the studio, start making music. Get in front of promoters, get yourself noticed. Make sure that you have enough people that you're playing in front of crowds. However you have to do it. In the beginning, sometimes you might have to buy your way in. I mean, you might have to say, I guarantee.
Buy your way in.
You might have to guarantee 50 tickets are going to get sold. I might have to guarantee 100 tickets are going to get sold. I mean, you got to do what you got to do sometimes. You know what I mean? You got to prove that you're dedicated. Otherwise, people aren't going to want to work with you.
So, that's I'm glad you brought that up, because buying your way in, I've never really liked that. When I've spoken to a lot of my DJ friends, and especially like the newer ones who are like, oh, I have to sell tickets in order to DJ, and I'm like, it's, it kind of pisses me off. Does it piss you off too? I mean,
because here's the thing. Nobody knows who you are. How's a promoter going to know you're going to show up? How's a promoter going to know you're going to play good? How's a promoter going to know you're going to bring people in? If you're not bringing people in, why would they book you?
But selling tickets doesn't necessarily mean you're going to play good. They should do their research, check out your talent, see how talented you and your mixes are.
How are they going to check you out?
If you've never played before, then there should be some type of audition, some type of sample, demo, mixing. Create a mixtape and send them the sample.
Computers nowadays, anyone can make a mix in a computer. Doesn't mean they can play on live.
Okay, well then video auditions, Skype auditions. I mean, being in the entertainment industry and considering how many auditions that I've gone on, I feel like maybe that's why my mindset is set where there could be a better way than having to buy your way in. So, from my perspective, I think that if there was any way to change it, that would be, a better way, because making people pay to work is just something ethically I don't agree with that.
I mean, look, here's the other alternative. You're going to say to somebody, oh, I'm going to bring 100 people. And if 5 people show up, guess what? You're never getting booked again.
Okay.
So the only way
that's
to guarantee...
their fault for saying that they're bringing 100 people if they didn't think they could.
But that's what they do. They're liars. DJs are liars. Promoters are liars. People in the music industry business are liars. And it's one thing, what you have to do is you have to be around real people. And real eventually associates with real.
Yeah.
But when you're nobody, what did Pezzo say? You're a penny in the street. You're a penny in the street until you're a dime or a quarter or a dollar or whatever. I mean, you got to build that up on your own. And the only way to build it up is to be in front of people. It's a catch-22.
Yeah.
When I first started, I couldn't get booked. And we didn't have a way to buy yourself in. So I had to tell the guy, I played here, I played there. I had to lie.
So you lied.
I lied.
Okay.
Yeah, I said I played Palladium. I played at 10 I played at every fucking club there is. I mean, I didn't play anywhere. But you know what? When I went to the club I played at, I delivered. And that's all that matters. Did I deliver it?
Uh-huh.
You got to be able to deliver. Otherwise, you're worthless.
Okay, so how much did DJ gigs pay back then? How much do they pay now? What is the pay range? What is the pay range starting out? What is a DJ who's like, selling tickets gonna get paid that night? And then compared to what like Tiesto is getting paid? Out of curiosity.
I mean, here's the thing. When you're selling the tickets you got to give X dollars back to the club. Whatever you sell them for, the rest of it is yours. So usually average is $5. So you sell 100 tickets, $5, that's $500.
Okay, so they're not actually paying you any flat fee. You're just getting paid off of your own ticket sales.
The only way you're getting paid if you're new is if you're doing a Sweet 16. No one in a nightclub was paying you when you're new.
Okay. So let's take a minute to say hi to who's tuning in real
Jason,
quick.
the Swamp Monster from
Jason,
Tampa.
DJ Swampy, Richard, Do Williams, how are you guys? Kingston, hola, ¿cómo estás? Matt Stanley, Shatterblock, hey guys, we got Zen Basha over here, thanks for the follow. Little's asking for an ice cream challenge, hey Lovely Passion. Hey Michelle Chang, how are you? Hey Momo, what's going on? JJ, hi JJ. Okay guys, so how's everybody doing? Where are you all tuning in from? If you guys have any questions for myself or DJ Renegade, questions about me in the music industry, him in the DJ industry, or about tools for talent, we're actually currently looking for more people to feature on the show. So if you have any advice that you could give aspiring entertainers, feel free to go to toolsfortalent.com/TV to find out more about how you can be a featured guest on the show. We can actually feature people from all over the world through Skype right here on the big screen, so you don't actually have to be located in New York to appear on the show. We can bring you on via Skype, but if you're in New York or close to New York, you're welcome to come to our studio in Manhattan so we can feature you on the show in person. So in order to be on the show, you just need to have some type of advice, some type of experience in the entertainment industry, and that you would like to give back and share with aspiring entertainers. Because we're trying to help people not make some of the mistakes that we made, so maybe it doesn't take people so long to climb the ladder. You know, there's so many steps in climbing the ladder in this industry that, you know, when I first started, I would have loved to have people to talk to who were veterans, who could point me in the right direction and help me, you know, take the right steps to get there. So that's the purpose of Tools for Talent Live. That's what we're trying to do here. So feel free to ask us your questions, apply to be on the show, and you can also send us topic ideas if there's certain topics you want us to talk about. Some recent shows that we've done is how to avoid getting scammed, how to prepare for an audition, how to build your social media fan base, and stuff along those lines. But back to today's episode, which is tips for getting DJ bookings. What would you say are like the top 3 tips to get DJ bookings, if you had to narrow it down to like the most important 3?
Being able to bring people is number 1.
Yes, being able to bring people. I agree with that.
Being able to spin a good set is number 2. Being able to produce good music is number 3.
Okay. So do you have to be able to produce your own music in order to be a DJ?
No. But it helps, and it's going to get you paid. If not, you're not getting paid the big bucks.
Okay, so if it's not absolutely necessary, is it still really that important to be in the top 3 tips?
Look at the Forbes top 10 highest paid DJs. They all have songs on the radio. They're all producing music. They're all remixing music.
Yeah.
You know, they're not just getting up there and playing other people's music. I have half respect for DJs that don't make their own music. I mean, because you're undercutting yourself and you're undercutting your potential. You know, you got to do it nowadays.
Yeah. No, I absolutely agree with that. Who would you say are like the top DJs of our time right now?
You know,
it's a trick question. It's DJ Renegade.
But it's when you're on the other side of it, it's different. Because it's like watching people in the movie industry. A guy could produce a good track today and a horrible track tomorrow. A guy could play a good set today and a not so good track tomorrow. I look at what they're doing currently. I mean, Afrojack obviously is good. You know, Calvin Harris is good. You've got these guys that do some of the bass music that are really good. You've got guys like Blau that are really good. I like a combination of house music and EDM and bass. So, you know, that kind of style. If they're doing something good in general, then I'm with that. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a particular best guy or second best guy or whatever. Yeah. You're either in tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. If you're in tier 1, I'm usually with it, you know?
True. Now, if you had to compare your style to one of the majors right now, who would you say that you're most similar to?
Nobody. Because I play my own style. So, I mean, I would say maybe Hardwell plays a little like me. You know, guys like that. That sort of sound, laid back Luke, possibly. You know, but I really like to play my own sound.
Good. I think that's important to have something that kind of separates you as far as another tip for the DJ industry, because if you're playing exactly what everyone else is playing, why are they going to hire you over everyone else, right? So you need to bring something new, something fresh, something hot to the table. But yeah, so we were talking about the price ranges before. I don't think we ever got to the specifics of we know how much the people getting started are getting paid. They're getting paid on only on the tickets that they sell. So they're not getting any like flat rate, set rate cash specifically.
I mean, look, unless they're in a little club, unless they're in a little tiny hole-in-the-wall club somewhere, they might get $150, $200, $300.
And not have to sell any tickets.
Right. But if you want to do something decent,
a big club, then yeah.
You've got to be able to sell 100 tickets, 200 tickets. Otherwise, why book you?
Yeah.
There's 1,000 people who think they're DJs nowadays. They're going to go with whoever's going to bring the most people and play an okay set or hopefully a good set.
Yeah.
But they're bringing people. Sometimes they don't care if you're playing a great set, as long as you're playing an okay set or a good set. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It's a lot different. When I worked for Peter Gation, it was all about who's got the best set. The DJs didn't promote. The DJs didn't do nothing. The promoters promoted. You know, and nowadays it's a little ass backwards, if you ask me. You know, oh, what's up, Mad Stuntman? How you doing? Actually, Mad Stuntman is doing the next track after yours with me.
Oh, really?
Yep. I'm a
hey,
big
Ricardo.
fan of the Mad
Hey,
Stuntmans.
Mark. Hi,
Ricardo.
Jose.
Ricardo actually sent me a bunch of pictures of the tunnel that I'm using for an upcoming project that I can't speak about at the moment. But you guys will know when the time is right.
Okay, that's exciting. Hey, Matt Stanley, I see here that you say that you're a talent manager based out of Vegas. Yeah, absolutely. You're welcome to hit us up. Go to toolsfortalent.com/TV and we can get you featured on the show via Skype. As a talent manager, I'm sure you have a lot of advice that you could give to aspiring entertainers and models and actors and stuff like that. Junior Bloodline, tuning in live from Jamaica. Very exciting.
Actually, Mark, I wanted to give you a plug because I'm excited to be a part of Mark's upcoming documentary. The Mad Stuntman, as you probably remember, had a Go On Move with Eric Murillo.
Oh.
And he also had the song that they used in Madagascar, I Like to Move It. And I'm glad to be a part of that documentary. It's going to be coming out for Netflix. So, you know, big up to Mad Stuntman. It's here with us right now. And also somebody I was just reading, DJ Drew. You know, I saw what you put on the screen, and I think that, you know, you have to get out yourself and talk to people. And management helps if you can get with a good DJ booking management agency, but the thing is, you have to have a reason for them to get with you. You know what I mean?
That brings up an important question. So you mentioned getting with a DJ agency. So would you say that, like, the majority of your bookings have come from a DJ agency or from yourself and your own connections, and which do you recommend and why?
I mean, look, it depends on who you're with. There's agencies like Scram that are really good. There's other ones that are good at writing contracts. I've always found to make my own connections and then let them follow up with the agency is the best way to go about it, because you're never the bad guy. The agency is. Okay. So let's say, for instance, someone gives you a whacked gig and you don't want to do it. The agent's the bad guy. You're never the bad guy. And the agent can negotiate a higher rate for you than you can probably negotiate for yourself, just because, you know, of the fact that they're the agent, right? They can negotiate whatever price they want. If the place is whacked, I'm not playing it. Yeah. I don't care how much they want to pay me. You know, if you're in a bad place, you're going to mess your name up. Sometimes you got to say no. Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the striving DJs who probably just take any gig they can get, but maybe that's not the right step if you're trying to climb the ladder. No, if you're new, you got to take whatever you can get. And when you're new, when I'm talking about, you have to make the best out of it. Once you start getting a name, you cannot take those gigs anymore. Yeah. You can't. You have to go up. You can't go down. So at what point in your career would you say you started to get a name? Limelight. From Limelight. And that was my first residency. Yeah. So I went from 0 to 100. Yeah. There was no 20, 30, 50, 70. It was 0 to 100. Yeah. So now explain to some of the newer viewers what Limelight is, because they might not know. Limelight was the first stationary EDM venue in Manhattan. It was everything before that was traveling. Frankie Bones and Lenny D would get these warehouses and throw raves and stuff. Now they call them festivals. It's the same thing. But Limelight was the first stationary venue, and DJ Repeat was the DJ on Friday nights with Lord Michael, and then DJ Repeat was the one who gave me my opportunity to get the main floor at Limelight with Mike Francis and Mark Anthony. I had a party on Thursdays called Tribal Dome, and that was my break.
Nice. So Do Williams says here, when I play a gig with Siesto, he told me I needed good PR. Yeah, absolutely. And then Josh says, I learned you have to get out and meet people. Don't be afraid to introduce yourself. Find your circle of trust. Yeah, these are all great tips for those. If you guys are DJs tuning in and you have some tips too, please spread them along. Do you want to respond to anything that they said?
I mean, what Josh said, he's repeating what I said earlier. It's true. You know, you have to go out and shake hands, kiss babies, let people know who you are, you know, and follow it up with a good DJ set. Follow it up with producing a good track. Follow it up with showing up on time and not doing drugs and not being drunk while you're DJing and all that kind of stuff.
Do you see a lot of DJs making that mistake, like doing drugs on the job, drinking on the job, just kind of not really keeping it as professional as they should be? And
I like
does
what
it affect them?
Stuntman's putting in, he wants all the girls all over the world to move it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Where is that? I don't see that. Where is it?
Right here, Mark. It says Mark.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, look, who wants to book a DJ who's whacked behind the... I'm not going to say names, but we know of two of them in New York who are in K-holes while they're trying to DJ. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
How the hell are you going to DJ like that?
Yeah.
You know, something wrong with these people.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, Sergio Soto, how are you? You did Limelight? He said he did Limelight. What up, Sergio? Manny, how are you? Glenza, hi Glenza, thanks for tuning in, guys. Okay, Smooth Guy over here wants to know who is my guest. Okay, so for those of you that have just tuned in, you are watching Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and my featured guest is the world-renowned DJ Renegade. So today we are providing tips on how to get DJ bookings. The theme of the show is all about providing tools for aspiring talent to succeed in the entertainment industry. So if you have something you can share and you're an industry veteran and you want to be featured on the show, go to toolsfortalent.com/TV and we'll try to get you on either via Skype or in person here in New York. So we're answering people's questions, and DJ Renegade has been giving a ton of fabulous advice. So if you're just tuning in, feel free to go back and watch the replay so you can see all the tips that he's been giving us. So I want to go and show a couple more of your pictures that we got here. Some of them are just so cute. Well, tell us about this right here. Let me zoom in. Look at you. If you guys can't see this, I'll put it up later. But it's a single cover or a mixtape cover.
This is actually, and I want to say hi to Mike, who just joined in also, but this is a very interesting story. For those of you who know me from Tunnel Limelight, a lot of people don't realize that I was the first person, and I was the one who envisioned having legal DJ mixed CDs. It had never been done before. What they used to do is maybe Moonshine Records would have a guy mix a CD and they put it, he mixed it, but it was never an actual product. The product was a compilation. The product wasn't focused on the mixed CD. So I actually put out a CD called Summer Madness 1999, and I had a bunch of underground tracks that I legally licensed. I paid the royalties, I paid the writers, I did the right thing. And it was groundbreaking. Unfortunately, the gig I had at the time ended. I couldn't promote it as much as I would have liked to, but all of a sudden, 3 months later, the Louis DeVito underground CD, where do you think he got the idea from? Nothing against Louis, I liked it, right? And then the Ultra Records, blah, 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 and all these things. This was all coming from the CD that I did, Summer Madness 1999. No one ever did this before I did it. And this is what that was, the CD right here. So it was groundbreaking when I did it at the time, and then everyone did it.
So I want to touch base on this one. You can see here all of the records. Do you miss playing records? What's the difference between like playing records the way it used to be and now how everything is so digitized, just playing on Serato?
I don't use Serato, but I know some people like it. I'd rather use the CDJ or the new Denon that came out, but really it's a pain in the ass is the difference if you ask me. I mean, records warp, records scratch, records skip, records some people have a passion for them. I'd rather throw them in the garbage, to be honest with you.
So what do you use to play?
I'd rather use a WAV file or an MP3 or something I can throw on a USB stick. They sound better, and you don't have to worry about carrying 600 crates up and downstairs or something like that.
I know, but don't you miss the authenticity, the rawness of it? The fact that it like takes you back?
No.
Well,
I'm sorry. I mean, I know some people will kill me for
when
saying
it comes to music, I miss it because, you know, I mean, I remember, you know, in my car playing the cassette tapes and CDs, and that just doesn't even happen.
You know what it means
anymore.
to me? $130 a month at a storage shop.
Yeah.
Because that's what I pay. I keep them. Don't get me wrong. I have them. I mean, I'm not
I
gonna
was
get
telling
rid
him
of
you should sell them, or maybe
I
he
won't
can
get
give
rid of
one
them.
away for free to like a winner of the live stream or something.
I won't get rid of them. It's history. But you know what I mean? I played a gig at Sankey's for the Tonal Reunion. I had a USB stick, a pair of headphones. I got on the plane. It was the best gig I ever played. I mean, you know, I used to literally.
Well, we got a question over here. So this is from Richard. He wants to know, how is it on the stage to see the public? Especially, I'd say, you know, back in your tunnel days when you were playing for thousands and thousands of people. What did that feel like?
I mean, first of all, I do want to say, because I saw what Josh put about he doesn't drink and do drugs, and that's very good. But I'm the biggest hypocrite in the world because I won't even DJ until I'm on my third Renegade. But the difference is you're not whacked. Don't get whacked. What's wrong with you people? But as far as the other thing goes,
to answer Richard's
yeah,
question.
I'm doing that now. You know, there isn't anything really can compare to it. I mean, the energy that goes through you from those people, you feel that energy, and then you're giving it back to them. You're putting out what you're getting back. You're sending and receiving energy, and thousands and thousands of people. It's just insane.
I like the way you put that.
It really is, especially
at
Tunnel, the way that they were so die-hard. They lived and breathed it. Like Saturdays at Tunnel, that's their life. That was their life. They weren't going to plays. They weren't flying to Vegas. They weren't going to the beach. They were living and dying to go to the Tunnel. You know, and that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Limelight, too. You say, what did you do this weekend? Did you go to Limelight? No, that doesn't matter what you did. No, but I don't give a shit what you did. You didn't go to Limelight. I don't care. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know about it. You're a loser. I mean,
For
that's
those
how
of
it
you
was.
guys who don't know what Tunnel or Limelight is, Google it so you can see what clubs used to be like back in the day when they stayed open till 10 in the morning.
Stuntman said he wants to be interviewed by you, Cheryl. So
Oh,
we're going to have to get
yeah?
him up here because he has a documentary.
Where's
coming
he
up, and,
located?
Mark, you're between what? Is it Trinidad and Manhattan, I think? Jersey and Manhattan? The cage at the Tunnel. This is crazy. I don't know, a lot of people don't realize this, but I am married to the girl who used to dance in the cage at the Tunnel. To this day, I'm still married to this woman that used to dance in the cage at the Tunnel.
Is she going to be mad for you saying that?
I haven't seen her since 2001. I don't care if she's mad or
my
not. So eventually I gotta go to court and deal with
DJ
this.
Problems. Oh my
DJ
God.
Baby making problems.
DJ Baby.
You know, when you're a DJ, you don't get a retirement plan. You don't get medical and dental. You end up with kids. So I got one out of Limelight and one out of Hustler.
That brings up a good question. So, you know, talking about the DJ industry, everything sounds so amazing and all this glitz and glam and being in front of this crowd and the energy and, you know, getting paid to play
He's in
music.
New York, stuntman. He's in New York right now.
Oh, fantastic.
You should get him up here.
Yeah, maybe I can get him on this weekend. But so on the flip side though, to get to my point, is that there's downside to every single job. There's the upside and the downside. So why don't you just let people know, maybe people who are debating becoming a DJ or people who want to DJ part-time, you know, we know about all the great things about being a DJ. What are some of the not so great things?
No medical, no dental, unless you're paying for it out of your pocket. No retirement plan, unless you invest it on your own. No holidays. You don't go to work, you don't get paid. No vacations. You're working nights, you're working weekends.
Because on holidays, that's when there's even more DJ gigs.
It's hard to have a relationship.
Hard to have a relationship.
Because the girls always think you're cheating on them. So they want to go out and cheat because they think you're cheating on them. So what difference does it make anyway, right?
Have you ever cheated?
No. I'm a tourist. We don't cheat. Tourists don't cheat. And sometimes I kind of look back and go, what the f was I thinking? And I could think of some of the things I could have done, but I personally don't. But
Jean Pierre says, "Yep, that's the real bad side of it."
But again, I mean,
that's why you really have to love what you do. You have to really want to be.
You
a
have
DJ
to date somebody in the same business.
Or that.
You have to find somebody. I was fortunate enough at one point. I was talking to Denise Richards.
Yeah.
And I had a vocalist. I can't name who, but I had a vocalist at one point I was talking to. So and those couple of things were the best. I've dated a ton of go-go dancers, cage dancers, and stuff like that. But we got to get Mark. We got to get you up here to while you're still in Manhattan to get interviewed by Cheryl. Being that you have that documentary coming out and the release that we're going to do eventually, it would be good to have you up here, you know, and also Corey. I think Corey would be good to have Corey up here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he's on the label as well.
And so
We got Big Anthony
still
tuning in from North Carolina.
Hey Anthony, what's going on? You know what I just realized we never answered is like how much do you think the major DJs are getting paid right now?
The top DJ that's getting paid right now is $47 million a year.
$47 million a year.
47
Right.
million.
So how much would you say the main stage DJs get paid at like an ultra music festival or EDC
It could be up
type
to a
thing?
couple $100,000
For one set.
for 1 hour.
Wow.
A couple $100,000.
Wow.
When I was doing tonal, I would play from 10 o'clock at night till 10 o'clock in the morning. I'd get $300, and the guy would tell you, hey, you could have any girl in the club. You could have whatever you want. You're getting $300. You just played the biggest club in Manhattan. Now get the fuck out of here. I mean, that's
Wow.
what.
But $300 then is
not like that, but it was the
now?
equivalent of, it was, you know, everybody wanted to be the main floor DJ at the time.
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to be the main floor DJ at Limelight.
So what are DJs getting paid today for like a similar type of...
So here's how it works. You
gig?
have the starter guys get $200-$300, or they sell tickets.
Mm-hmm.
Medium level people get $600-$700.
Okay. And by medium level people, give me an example of the kind of venue.
I can't say names, but I could say maybe like some of the people at Space, or maybe some of the people who played at Pasha.
Yeah.
When they're kind of there, but they're not producing, they're not there yet.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your neck? This kid.
He has headphones.
Anthony actually smashed.
I made him put them on.
He actually smashed the back window of my van one day when I was. He's an interesting character.
Hey, LA Jazzy Music.
But we would get. Anthony's a DJ in the bowling alley. Anthony, what do you get? $200 to DJ in the bowling alley? You gotta be humble.
Anthony, you're a DJ too?
DJ Sloppy Balls. He's my friend from Jersey.
Right.
He's actually my daughter's godfather. I have to be nice to him.
All right, so you were saying like $600-$700 for B, and then does it go?
A couple thousand. But if you're not producing a remix, then you're not getting more than a couple thousand.
Now, how hard would you say it is to get to, what percentage of DJs who try to be a DJ are gonna ever get paid $1,000 a gig?
10%?
I know that's a hard question.
Maybe 10%,
Maybe
20%.
I think you're being generous.
No, you can do it. You got to get out there. I mean, you've got to have songs people know. You've got to have a good social media base.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to be able to produce heads. Hopefully, maybe you're doing a little bit more than being a DJ. Maybe you're doing some movie stuff or something.
Hey Richard, Richard1792.
Someone
He
joining
says
from
it's
the
a nice
Netherlands.
interview and he's tuning in all the way from the Netherlands. Wow,
I
well, thanks
actually
for
have,
tuning in.
there's a DJ Renegade in Amsterdam, not me, but my trademark's only good here. So I think it's kind of, you know, I used to be mad about that stuff, and I was like, you know what, to think there's only one Renegade in general, because you know what the Renegade stands for. I mean, obviously there's more than one in the world.
Tell them
what
what
I
it
mean?
stands for.
It's someone who doesn't follow the rules. They do what they want to do, and if they got to break through the rules to do what they do, they do it.
Yeah.
You know, so.
So, at what point did you realize that you needed to get your name trademarked and protected? And what kinds of issues have you had with that? And would you recommend for aspiring DJs to get their stage name trademarked? And if so, at what point in their career?
I would say as soon as you start playing in a decent spot and get it in every country that you anticipate working in or distributing or selling music in. $300, that's not enough. It's not enough, you're right, but that's what the starter guys get. The starter guys get about $300.
So if you're a starter DJ, don't worry about getting trademarked. Wait until you're in like the $1,000 range.
If you come up with a real tricky name, you can trademark it the first day you DJ. You just have to show use of the name.
Mm-hmm.
But get it in every country that you anticipate
I'm just
doing
saying, is
business
it
in.
necessary to like, you know, to go to spend all that money on that
So,
if you're not getting, you know, climbing the ladder?
You're talking about a couple $100 in the U.S. You know, but again, you got to do it. As earlier I said, it was DJ. There's only one DJ Blackout in the world, and I'm happy about that.
Aww.
Is that the name that you use, Josh? DJ Blackout. Now remember, if you have music out on the radio too, it makes it easier because you're showing use to the name.
Yeah.
Someone like Matt Stuntman, he's got his songs all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, that makes it a lot easier to protect your name too, because you put the radio on, you hear this guy.
Yeah.
You know, radio is the biggest thing you need to focus on. The problem with radio, I won't say the problem, the bigger challenge for a newer DJ is getting those connections, getting people to know you're serious, putting out good music, dealing with the record promoters, having management.
So Jean Pierre says, it's all about who you know. Have you ever paid someone just to get a booking?
No, I have not.
But you've sold tickets to get a booking?
I have not. I was going to do it for Webster Hall because I wanted to play before they closed. I was willing to do it for Webster Hall because of the venue.
They closed. I used to perform at Webster Hall.
But I have not done it. What I tell people is, I don't mind doing it, but it can't be a contingency. It can't.
Yeah.
My booking can't be based upon it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're going to pay me what you're going to pay me, but
yeah.
I'll sell tickets. But I'm still getting my end on the tickets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You'll just do that in addition, for your own benefit as well. Mm-hmm.
But I don't need to do that because I've already done that. I've already been in the beginning spot.
Yeah.
I'm not a new guy. I'm not 19 years old. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So he says, you in here are welcome to the Netherlands. It's cool that you do an interview here. I live in a little city near Germany.
I'm half German, by the way. So I've always wanted to go to Germany. One of the guys I do music with, Mark Alston, is in Germany right now. I would love to come out there someday.
I actually have a lot of music fans in Germany. I was interviewed by TFT TV. They came to New York, and TFT TV is like a huge TV station in Germany. It's kind of like an entertainment kind of Tonight show here, and they interviewed me on like my video vixen life, working with Beyonce's videos and 50 Cent's videos and Jay-Z's videos, Usher, Romeo Santos. I just did a French Montana video. So shout out if anyone's tuning in from Germany. Definitely love my fans over there. Okay, so for those of you guys that are just tuning in, just to reiterate what we're doing here, you are watching Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez, and my featured guest tonight is the fabulous world-renowned DJ Renegade. He's been DJing longer than any other DJ that I personally know, and he is sharing top tips on how to get DJ bookings. We're trying to help provide tools for aspiring talent so that they can succeed in the entertainment industry. That's the whole point of the show, and we're currently seeking future featured guests to appear on the show and provide their advice as well. So if you're an industry veteran, if you've been in the entertainment industry and you want to give back and you want to help aspiring talents as well, definitely go to toolsfortalent.com/TV and apply to be on the show, and let us know your story and how you think that you can help as well. So we're answering questions, we're saying hi to everybody that's tuning in, we're streaming live to like 6 or 7 different platforms simultaneously, so excuse us if we didn't notice your comment, but we're trying to read what everyone's saying. So just to say hello to a couple more people. So we still got Mark and Anthony in here, and Jean Pierre. He says you got to feed the beast. What does he mean by that? Do you know?
I think what he's talking about is payola. Because, have I ever worked in Miami? I opened the Vivid Club with Farrah Abraham with the people from Space. Now they have Heart Nightclub. The guys that are currently at Heart Nightclub, we opened a club called Vivid, which was a 60,000 square foot venue in the Hialeah area. I have something coming out. When that thing comes out, I can't talk about it exactly right here and now, but once that thing comes out, I would like to get back down to Miami again. It was a nice time that I had down there working with those guys from Space.
Hey Carlos, hey Marco.
And also Cheryl, Matt.
Hey Samantha.
He just sent his email for you so you could hook him up with an interview. That'd be nice. And I see Robert Hoffman from Pompano is joining in.
Yeah, just go to toolsfortalent.com/TV for all the information on how to become a featured guest on the show. We can either bring you in through Skype or you can come to our studio in Manhattan.
And the guy from Amsterdam, my email's easy. It's djrenegade@djrenegade.com. You can send me anything if you have something going on over there and you're looking for a DJ and obviously a singer.
Yeah, why don't we tell them our social media handles so they can connect with us after the show?
All of mine are DJ Renegade USA.
At DJ Renegade USA.
So you go to Twitter, you can go to any place except for Facebook. Facebook, it's Sick As DJ, AZZ. Sick As DJ, AZZ DJ.
Okay.
So.
My Twitter and YouTube handles are Cheryl Martinez, and my Instagram and Facebook handles are Cheryl Martinez Music.
And actually, you just got a nice compliment from the stuntman that you're beautiful.
Oh, well, thank you, Mark.
They want to get into politics.
Oh, yeah?
DJs can't talk politics. You should know this. Rule number 1, no politics.
He actually told me that before the show. He's like, don't ask me any politics.
One at the 180 Lounge in Orlando, and one with Michael Rowley for talking about politics.
Oh my God! Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah, I
let's
can't
not
do
repeat
I'm sorry.
what happened.
I wish I could. I'm not losing bookings again. I never lost a booking in my entire life until I started getting into politics. I will tell you that I'm friends with Cory Booker.
What do you think of this current environment?
When Trump was running as a candidate, I did work the phones for Trump out of Marco Rubio's office. And I was at Cory Booker.
Thanks for following the broadcast. Yeah, if you guys are tuning in, make sure that you, if you're not following already, hit that follow button, the like, the share button, and turn on push notifications for live videos so you can get notified every time we go live in future episodes of Tools for Talent on TFT TV. Okay, so I think we're nearing the end of the show, so let's get in a couple last-minute questions and just kind of say goodbye to everybody and get ready to finish up here. Was there anything else that any other tips or advice do you think we should leave them with? Is like what's the biggest takeaways here?
Just work hard, go out, be social, stay positive, work hard, stay away from drugs, and just do the best you can do.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see if there's any last minute question, guys. He says, oh, nice to meet you too, Richard. And James and Marco, Carlos, thanks for tuning in, guys.
We're gonna send a shout
Thanks
out to
for tuning in, John Kano, Jason, Anthony, Robert, Jean-Pierre, thank you so much for chatting with us, guys. It makes it so much more fun when you are interacting and we have people to communicate with and answer questions. It really helps make this so enjoyable for us, and we're just trying to share everything that we've learned in the entertainment industry. We've been doing this for so long. Me in the music industry, him in the music and DJ industry. We've been, we've been through so much that it would have been so great to have people, veterans when we first started out that we could have talked to and that we could have asked questions.
I'd like to point out, when we were talking about having styles, John Kano is one of these guys that has his own style. He uses a lot of live instrumentation on his remixes and productions. And I actually really enjoy a lot of the stuff that John Kano produces. This is what I'm talking about when I say having some sort of sound. Because when you hear the records John Kano does, he's very good about mixing in live guitars and things of that nature. So that's a prime example of what I'm saying. You can't just, and that's one of the problems I have with some of these festival DJs is you can close your eyes, you don't know who's DJing because they all play the same shit. Yeah. When you walked in a tunnel, you knew that it was me, or you knew that it was Corbin or whatever. I mean, you can't be sheep. Like, you gotta have some kind of style that's your own.
Yeah. And what do you think about the tagging? Some DJs tags are like every couple seconds, and it gets like so annoying. What's the appropriate amount of time to like tag during your mixes, especially when you're at like a major festival or something?
Don't do it.
Don't do it at all.
Don't do it. They should know who you are, or someone should introduce you. Also, shout out to David Garcia. If you're doing a mix, though, I usually put one in the middle. I put one in the beginning and one at the end, because what people will do is they'll take your mix and say it's theirs. Who inspired you the most?
Oh yeah, we got a question from Josh. Who inspired you the most?
I used to have a signed copy of JD's Plastic Dreams. He signed it for me when I worked at Watts Music. I think I sold it though, but it was really cool to have. And the Louis DeVito CDs were good. He said,
Plastic Dreams by JD is the first house song I've ever had when he was 8 years old. Aw, how cute. It says Seymour. I think he wrote more than that. Yeah, there we go. New York City Underground Party years later that changed me forever. Even before that, I've been paying attention and listening ever since I heard
and selling them out of his car truck, and he was selling a lot of them. And when I went legit and I did Summer Madness 1999, he was like, oh, maybe I should do this. And he, 6 months later, whatever the case was, he did it.
Wow.
No one had ever done that before I did it. That was my idea. We had a store in Jersey called Mondo Music. They were selling a lot of them.
Anthony just said Bob is right, and for a second I'm like, who's Bob? I keep forgetting that your name was Bob because I've only been calling him DJ Renegade. All these years I've known him, like even like he met my parents like the last time we were in Florida, right? And he was I was like, oh, this is DJ Renegade. I can't even introduce him as your real name. And how did you feel like DJ Renegade is more your name than Bobby at this point in the industry?
Well, what happened was when I went to do Limelight, you had to have some kind of name that was interesting. And coincidentally, I just dropped a record on this record by Africa Bambaataa, and I dropped it when the guy was going. It was called Renegades of Funk. And I dropped it right in the part where the music dropped out and was like, Renegade? And I'm like, huh. So I asked the guys who were traveling at the time, because we didn't have the internet, we didn't have Facebook. So I asked Frankie Bones, who traveled the world at the time, and I said, you know any DJ Renegades? Nope. I asked Lenny D, who traveled the world, you know any DJ Renegades? Nope. So I said, all right, well, no one's using the name, I'm gonna use it. You know? So I started slowly. I was like, you know, Renegade Bob Simonton, you know, and stuff like that. And then no one called me or, you know, whatever. No one was like, that's my name, you know? Yeah. So later on, I found out there was a poet that was using DJ Renegade, and he's still involved with slam poetry, which is a pretty cool thing. But at the time, I didn't know nothing about that.
Oh, my mom just tuned in. Hey, Mom.
And then, you know, I started using it and people liked it, and I made sure that my style was around that. I mean, I try to be very energetic and I try to be who I am, but it's almost like having split personality.
You know, that brings me to our earlier question about your name. So tell them what type of, what has happened when you found out other people were using the DJ Renegade name? What did you do about it?
Well, here's the thing. We didn't have the internet. So, I mean, there was
right.
one guy in England who was legitimately using it probably almost as long as I was. And everyone else kind of came after. So everyone else, I can knock them out. I mean, if I ever want to do like Market Registrada and go for the whole world, I mean, I could take these guys out. But, you know, I had to think about it, because obviously you don't want anyone using that name, especially with the internet, because you've got to have the name for the whole world. You can't have it for territories really anymore.
Yeah.
But, you know, some guy in England is making a living off it and feeding his kids, and some guys in Belgium is making a living off it and feeding his kids, and he's not coming over here because they can't come over here. If they come over here, I'm going to take their visas away from them. But, you know, what do I care? I mean, really. I mean, now it's to the point where I'm starting to care, because you got to kind of own the world. But we'll see where I go with this, me and my lawyers, what we do. But at the moment, it isn't an issue. I mean, the one guy is doing breakdancing stuff, Red Bull 1. He's playing music while people breakdance. I mean, the one guy in Amsterdam is playing the same kind of stuff I am. So if that guy's an issue, I might have to deal with at some point and get rid of him.
So Christopher717 is asking you, do you have songs on iTunes or the internet, because he wants to check you out?
The song that I produced for Kimberly Locke that went number 5 on the Billboard Dance Chart, called Strobe Light, is a good one to check out. Another one, you go to my SoundClouds and check out some remixes. I did one with Casey Battaglia and Ludacris that went number 1 on the Billboard Dance Chart, called Body Shots.
Yay!
That's
Body
on my
Shots.
SoundCloud. SoundCloud is DJ Renegade USA.
And Richard says, what do you like to do after the show? Do you go to the gym or something like that? Well, after the show, I'm actually going out with my girls tonight. It's Friday night in New York City. No, but gym is usually like a morning thing, not really a night thing. It's for those of you that are not like in the U.S. or in New York right now. It's about close to 9 p.m. right now. So yeah. Friday night in New York City, holla. So
I think it depends what time you get done too. When you're walking out of the place at 10 o'clock in the morning, like I was at Tunnel,
yeah,
I want to go to bed.
True.
Or I could have went to the gym.
Did you go to the gym during your DJ prime?
I have done that sometimes. After the gig.
Yeah.
I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But usually it's breakfast.
Yeah.
Limelight was always breakfast. We would go to one of these diners, and we would see the same people from the club, and we would socialize and eat breakfast, and we had a lot of fun. But the sad thing in New York right now, Manhattan, they're closing the diners. You don't have them anymore. You have what? We have cafeteria?
There's a few.
But they're all closed.
But they're kind of whack. Like, I wouldn't choose that as a place to eat at.
We just lost 2 on the west side recently.
Yeah.
2 of them shut down.
But you know what, DJ Renegade? I have to tell you that out of all the DJs I've ever had the pleasure to know and work with, I think you are the most passionate DJ that I've ever met. I don't think I've met anyone who loves DJing more than this guy right here. That is true passion, and that's why he will pursue music and DJing for as long as he possibly can. As long as he can still walk, he will be DJing. Even sitting, he'll still be DJing when he's an old man and can't even move. I know it. So I
actually have my cutoff is when I start looking like the guy who shouldn't be in the club. I'm done. Because I don't want to be that guy.
Oh, so you do have a time when you're going to step away.
Because look, you're in the club and you're talking to girls. It's weird enough as it is. I get girls that are 19 years old and they're like, you want to hook up? I'm like, oh, think about that.
When you DJ now in the club, are girls still running up to you wanting to hook up? Like,
yep.
Even at this point?
It happens, yeah. There's something about DJing. I don't know what it is.
And would you?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. On that note, Anthony says that you taught him. Did you teach Anthony how to DJ?
A little bit.
Oh, how sweet. How sweet is that? And Jason says that you're old. Laugh out loud. Oh, that's me and Jason.
Jason is an interesting character. He's actually my photographer for my wrestling events. I have a small wrestling company called Renegade Wrestling Events, and he does photographs of the shows that I do. He also helps me with the talent, dealing with the talent and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we've been streaming for almost an hour, so we have like 4 minutes left, guys. So just to wrap it up, I want to say thank you so much for coming on Tools for Talent Live, for sharing your story and being so open and so honest to all the aspiring DJs out there. If you tuned in late in the show, definitely watch the replay. It's going to be on my Facebook page, on his Facebook page, at Cheryl Martinez Music, at DJ Renegade. So definitely check it out. And so yes, thank you so much for being a part of us.
Also, we just had Jacques joined us, who is the DJ from the Executive Club, right?
Oh, nice.
3 blocks from where I'm sitting right now. You're 3 blocks from me. I'm on 42nd and 11th, and you're on 45th.
Don't tell everyone where we are.
I didn't give out the address, but I'm saying I'm 3 blocks from this guy's residency, Jacques.
Okay, so thank you guys for tuning in and for chatting with us. Again, you're watching Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. I'm your host, Cheryl Martinez. This is my featured guest, DJ Renegade.
Someone just said, who are you? You can go to djrenegade.com. You'll see who I am, djrenegade.com.
And CherylMartinez.com. And if you guys want to be on the show, if you're in the entertainment industry, you're an industry veteran, and you have some tools that could help aspiring talent succeed in the entertainment industry, I'd love to feature you here in New York or here on Skype. So go to toolsfortalent.com/TV and tell us your story, and we'll try to get you on the show.
And let's get Matt Studman on here as soon as possible.
Absolutely, I'd be happy to have him.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so thank you again for watching TFT TV. Make sure you follow, share, like, and set up your push notifications to notify you whenever we go live, so you don't miss the next show.
And we've got to send a shout out to DJ Picasso, who just joined us. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, he just joined. Oh, sorry, we're about to end. But you guys, thanks so much for tuning in and chatting with us. I hope to see you on the next show of Tools for Talent Live on TFT TV. Best of luck to everyone pursuing the entertainment industry. If you have any questions, we're always here, happy to help. So just hit us up on social media at Cheryl Martinez, at DJ Renegade, and we will answer any questions you guys have even after the show. So love you.
Take care. Thank you.
Bye. Okay, hold this while I turn up all the streams.
It says 1, 2,
okay,
3,
we got
4, 5, 6, 7 streams.